I just finished detailing this Tesla today, and I thought I would take you in and show you a couple tips for detailing a Tesla, whether you're a Tesla owner yourself or you just have the privilege as a detailer to work on a Tesla. Because the reality is that every car is like a moving target. They come up with these controls, from the key fob to the controls to the windows, the door handles, go down the list. Sometimes you're stuck there in the back of the trunk trying to figure out how to open the darn trunk. I know it may seem silly, but if you've experienced it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I thought I'd show you a few pointers that I've learned along the way with this rather unique and specialized car. So let's get started and let me show you a couple tips. First, we have the key fob. Now this has a little cover over it. Now notice that it is shaped like the car itself. Front, rear. Each of these areas will control the car itself. So for example, when I press on the trunk 2 times, it pops up. Now when I press on it 2 times, it pops down. Now since this is an all-electric car, there is no typical engine in it. Now on the hybrids that have both electrical and a gas combustion or an internal combustion engine, there will be an engine plus a battery cell usually in the front. This has nothing in the front other than storage. So as a detailer, it's easy to overlook because you think that underneath that hood is an engine of some kind or a bunch of batteries. Well, that is not the case. So once again, the key fob, we press that twice and it pops the hood. And voila, we have storage space. Now this does not, all this does is release the latch mechanism down here. Unlike the trunk, it does not lift it for you, it does not close it for you, so you will have to do it manually. Just give it a slight, and I use the whole part of my hand so I don't dimple the hood. Believe it or not, some cars have very thin sheet metal and it's easy to dimple the panels. Now let's take a look at entry. Now if the key fob is within distance, because they communicate between each other, you simply press the button and the door handles pop out and you can open the door. If I wanted to turn this off, you press the roof 1 time, it shuts the door handles, retracts the side mirrors. Very shortly after, it will stop the climate control system that operates off the battery, of course, and you can hear it shutting off now. There was an episode where I could not get these door handles to unlatch, even though the key was literally inside the car, which is one of the reasons, as a rule, I never keep the keys, even these type that communicate between each other, I never leave them in the car. So you press the roof button twice and it will open it up and activate the car. That was a little trick I had to learn the hard way, and I called the dealer to find out how to get into the darn car. So let's go on the inside. Now because when you open the doors everything is literally on, I can use the windows without turning the car on because the car is already on. So a couple things. How do you get into the glove box? There's no handle for it. So right here next to the dash, there's a button. Bam. Now, how do you clean the instrument cluster? Because the second you start wiping this with a cloth, and however you clean it is up to you. I know how I clean it. That's not the purpose of this video. But what you do is you go down here to controls, you hit controls, you hit displays, which it's already in that display mode, and you see right here there's a clean mode. You hit clean mode and look what it does to the screen. Screen cleaning mode. It even tells you right there. Now you can clean it. Now you may say, well, I can still clean it, Darren, without doing this mode. Well, the truth is yes, you can. But when it's all black like this, you can see exactly where all the fingerprints and all the snail tracks or whatever else that happens to get on this screen will be. It will reveal itself just like on a black car. It reveals every nuance. So I'm a fan of this. Also, right here, to exit the cleaning mode, you press and hold this for 3 seconds. Now, typically I have a cloth, and you can still do it with a cloth so that you don't get a single fingerprint right there. In this case, for demonstration purposes only, I'm going to go ahead and allow a fingerprint to get there. Then I press controls and it returns it back to the home screen that Mr. or Mrs. Customer originally had it on. Another key feature is the sunroof that can be activated right here. Now, what's confusing is they have a little face icon as though some voice or whatever was coming out of it. But if you open this, the sunroof will start to retract. And if you look at the display right here, as I close it, see right here it says 50%. The sunroof is now open 50%. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it. You can see it count down to 0. The sunroof is now shut. So that's a little, just some features that I had to discover either on my own. Also, this little compartment here, the cup holder, these things slide forward. There is no release. So right here, a lot of dirt and dust will collect. So this is a common area that you will miss in these cars. You simply, there is no release for this. You simply push them forward and reverse. Now, I showed you how to open this with the key fob, but manually, if you want to do it, you just reach under here. There is a latch, and you simply unlatch it, and you are good to go. And like a lot of the higher end cars, it will have a button that will close for you automatically. There will be a point in time where we will literally have to do nothing for ourselves. In fact, I'm sure there will be a machine that will even think for us. It will tell us how to feel and how to think, and it will literally have a button and we can press, and instantly whatever we want, whatever we need will magically happen or magically appear. That time has not come quite yet, but we are fastly progressing towards that. Just a few key features I wanted to show you. These cars are truly impressive. They're like a computer where you can download and update them wirelessly, just like your computer online. I mean, they're truly amazing. So as they upgrade these features and change different features to them, you can literally download and update them just like your phones and other devices. So I think that about covers it as far as all the little idiosyncrasies or nuances of this amazing car that I become more and more in love with the more that I do it. So if you have the good fortune of detailing a Tesla yourself and you're stuck and you can't remember what to do, just remember the key fob, the roof, press it twice. That will engage it. You'll be able to open the doors if you ever get stuck. That's probably the most critical part. And if you're out on the field and you have a smartphone and you get stuck, all you got to do is tune into my channel, do a search, and just enter the word when you search my channel itself, Tesla, and on the spot you can go through these little steps. If you don't remember, it's like, oh, I know Darren showed me how to clean that screen, but I can't remember what controls he pressed and how to do it. And that darn sunroof, I was cleaning the steering wheel and suddenly the sunroof opens and now I can't figure out how to shut it. So just remember that, find my channel, do a search, and hopefully it'll help you out if you ever get stuck.